love you, to say how much I care, to say I love you. Here we are, February 2021. It is Love Month. And I have been talking or posting about loving yourself over the past week or so. So I'd like to know, how are you doing with that? So, guys, this is a month when we tend to think of other people with regards to love. We buy our children, our parents, our significant others gifts. We call them and tell them Happy Valentine's Day. And we make sure that we express some form of love to our loved ones. But how many of us show ourselves that same love? You can love yourself and love other people at the same time. In fact, it is required because more than likely, if you're not demonstrating self-love, then you're probably not adequately expressing love to other people, or at least you're not doing it in a healthy manner or in a way that's healthy for you. So self-love and self-care are different, and some people tend to use those two interchangeably. Self-care is more so something that you do, an act that you engage in, whether it's shopping, taking a nap, speaking with others, laughter, exercise, pampering yourself at the spa, whatever self-care looks like for you. So it's an action. So basically, self-love is having a high regard for yourself and for your own personal well-being. Not just having high regard for yourself and your personal well-being, it also entails having high regard for your personal happiness, meaning you make personal happiness a priority. When you love yourself, you will ensure that your needs are met rather than sacrificing your own needs in order to please other people or to satisfy the needs of others. If you are someone who habitually sacrifices your own personal well-being and happiness to please other people or to attend to the needs of others, that's very dangerous and it's very unhealthy. And long term, it probably won't work well for you. So over the next couple of weeks, I would like to give you just a few tips on things you can do to demonstrate self-love. Of course, self-care is a part of self-love. If you love yourself, more than likely you're going to engage in some random acts or frequent acts, hopefully, of self-care. It's different for everyone. For me, I love to go to the spa. And here's the thing, it changes over time because there was a time when I didn't necessarily care about getting massages and things like that. There was also a time when time to myself wasn't as much of a priority as it is now. My workload is different, my schedule is different, and my children are older now. So having a little bit of time to myself is something that I have grown to enjoy, appreciate, and look forward to. I'm gonna give you today 5 things you can do to demonstrate self-love. The first one is show up for yourself. Show up for yourself even when you feel unlovable. This means when you're not at your best, when you've made mistakes, maybe you're feeling low, you feel alone, you don't feel successful or adequate, show up for yourself. And that as well may look different for everyone. For me, showing up for myself means maintaining a healthy diet, exercising frequently, engaging in laughter, surrounding myself with people who have my best interest at heart, getting a good night's sleep, remaining hydrated, and engaging in positive thinking. Also, doing meaningful work. Number 2, listen to yourself. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you is don't get in the habit of ignoring the way you feel. Figure out why you're having the undesired thoughts and feelings that you're having. Try to understand them. That way you can properly address the trigger and ultimately improve your mood. Number 3, stop comparing yourself to other people. No one, absolutely no one, is better at being you than you. So just be you. Number 4, let go of toxic relationships. Toxic, unhealthy, and dysfunctional relationships can wreak havoc on your mental health and sense of well-being. I'm not just talking about one type of relationship. I'm talking about all relationships. This includes romantic relationships, friendships, family relationships, and otherwise. Now, of course, I'm not suggesting that you leave your spouse or that you stop talking to your parents or your siblings or family members. But there are times when you have to create a little bit of distance between some of the people you love the most if it has become unhealthy and some work needs to be done with that relationship. Don't just create the distance, do the work. If they're not interested in doing the work with you, then you can do your own work on your end to do what you can do to contribute to that relationship becoming healthy. A therapist can help you do that. Now, don't go saying Carmel Brown, that therapist, told you to leave your job because it was toxic and unhealthy. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying if you hate your job, if it is a toxic and unhealthy environment for you, then you might want to consider whether or not that's a place you want to remain at as an employee. And if you decide to make changes, don't make any impulsive changes. Don't just leave your job without having another job or a way to replace your income. That's not smart at all. You have bills to pay. You have to eat. And most of us have children to take care of. Have a solid plan and get some help. Now, for some people, just making things right at work is a good choice. Sitting down and speaking with your coworkers or your supervisor about whatever the ongoing problem is and seeing if there is a way to repair that ongoing problem. In most cases, people are willing to sit down with you and talk to you about what went wrong and how you can move forward in a healthy manner. The last tip I'm going to give you today is be honest with yourself. If you're dishonest with yourself, you're not going to be able to be honest with other people. We lie to ourselves all the time about different things. Sometimes people that aren't married that deeply desire to be convince themselves that they don't want to be married when they actually do. And they may be preventing that from happening because they have settled into that mindset that it's not something they want. If there's something you want, you have to be in the mindset to receive it and also to work towards achieving it. Sometimes people convince themselves that they're happy in their marriage and they simply aren't. Marriages can be very unhealthy if you're not honest with yourself and with your spouse about the degree to which you are happy or unhappy. If you're not honest, you can't fix the problem. Getting into marriage counseling is a wonderful idea if you are struggling in this area. And let's just deal with some of the personal internal lies that we tell ourselves about ourselves and about other people, such as, they don't like me, they're jealous of me, it's their fault that I'm unhappy. In most cases, it isn't that other people are jealous of you. Sometimes it's that you're jealous of them, and so you're assuming that somehow they have the same mindset. Very often people in abusive relationships convince themselves that the significant other that they're in the relationship with loves them. A person that's abusive in a relationship more than likely doesn't love themselves. And that's where most of that abuse comes from. And a person cannot properly love you if they don't properly love themselves. So that is a very common lie that people in abusive relationships tell themselves. So I'll be checking in with you guys more over the next couple of weeks on self-love. Some will be videos, some will just be basic posts. I hope you are loving on yourself this February 2021. I know I am. Hey guys, I will see you soon. Take care. Love you.